A local producer's program is next here on Oshkosh Community Access Television.
Coming up in 98. Green Bay. Hello, Packer fans. Welcome to the Super Bowl champion Green Bay Packer Talk with Green Show. I love it. It sounds real good. We got to do a lot of work to get to San Diego 98, but we have the talent, leadership, and the coaches to get us there. I just want to greet my special guest, Jeff Farrell, and his daughter, Trista. Thank you for coming to the show this week to start off the season here, Jeff. We got a lot to talk about. It's going to go fastest, but you were going to tell me something right off the bat.
Today's show is exactly 7 months from the Super Bowl.
What was that? 7 months ago today, the Green Bay Packers beat the New England Patriots. Tristan, what was the score?
I don't remember.
Oh, Jeff, I know you know the score, buddy.
God, I can't remember.
35-21. Yeah. Only 2 points a game. Chewy scored a 2-point conversion. But anyway, so I just want to thank my sponsors, Ratchet Dev's Pizza, Audio Plus, and Coca-Cola Distributed on Main Street for helping sponsoring the Green Show. And there's a lot to talk about. We had a lot to talk about. It was a great season. We had lost one player. Sean Jones retired. Well, his back. He was going to play, but his back really took care of it. And so Gabe Wilkins is going to take his defensive end spot, which will be very, very good over there. I think he will with the leadership you'll get from Reggie and the other players. So, but I'm so excited. Excuse me. I'm so excited about it. I love it. I'm relishing the win. And now we got to go to work this week, starting Monday night against the Bears at Soldier Field at Lambeau Field on ABC Monday Night Football with them guys. So. Anyway, I'm really excited about it, and I'm stuttering a little bit because that's how excited I am. But anyway, what do you want to start the show, Trista? Anything? No, you don't? How about Jeff? Okay, shoot it.
I don't know. I think, last year was a great year, but this is the beginning of a new season right now. We need to step it up, and, they got pretty much everybody back. I mean, a couple of guys we lost, I don't really think is a major, major loss. I mean, everything was filled right back in, so I don't see anything to stop him from getting number 32.
Coach Remington denied his shows. He's not having a show. He is concerned about winning the Super Bowl and concentrating and no lackadaisical stuff on his team out there in the field. They have the talent. Like I said before the beginning of the show, we have the talent, the coaching. If we stay healthy, we're going to win again. I was down in New Orleans, as I said last year at the end of the season. It was fun. I enjoyed it, and they're still not getting over me. I still haven't gotten over me down in New Orleans. I got a letter the other day. They still don't know. They're still in shock over the Green Man down in New Orleans. Hopefully we'll do the same thing in San Diego, but. Brett Favre got a big off-year contract, making a big bucks, 2-year back-to-back MVP. So I guess if everybody knows about the money today, Jeff, a lot of money for this. Is it really worth it? This, that, and the thing. But I guess maybe Ken Griffey's worth it in baseball, and Michael Jordan in basketball, and Brett Favre in football. So that's just the way it is, and he's worth every penny, and he'll take us to a Super Bowl again.
Yeah, the best player in the NFL should get the most money.
Yeah.
A lot of people didn't like the fact that he was looking for money, but you're the best, you should get paid like the best.
Yeah, he has proven that he is worth every penny of it, and it's great. It's a great quarterback, the best in the NFL. Come on, Trista, jump in here. What do you got to say about anything? Who's your favorite player?
Robert Brooks.
Robert Brooks. Now, speaking of Robert Brooks, he had a very bad injury against the 49ers last year in October. With the medicine today, the therapy and the medicine and the doctors and such, Robert Brooks is ahead of schedule. He caught a couple passes last week, 3 passes, almost a touchdown. He took a couple of licks, not really hard physical hits. Jeopardy bounced back. And I think that Robert Brooks It's probably pretty much close to where he was in '95.
Yeah, I think he was pretty much there. I think he wants the media to get off his back about it. I mean, I think
Yeah.
he's tired of everybody saying, "What about your knee? What about your knee?" He just wants to get down and play some football.
Right. I think that with Robert Brooks, now Derek Mays is probably be the third spot wideout. With Robert Brooks, Antonio Freeman, and our core receivers, how are you going to stop that offensive receiver core of ours?
Well, I don't think he can because right now their running game has improved so much in the last year, 2 years, that you can't just key on the receivers anymore because they're going to come up and they're going to run the ball.
And speaking of running game, of course, we lost a great Edgar Bennett, preseason injury. Looked like a fluke injury. Looked like nothing really serious happened. No tripping or no serious planting his foot in the grass or nothing really. It just seemed like all of a sudden he comes out and he's out for the year. And Dorsey Evans has to step up, and Travis Jervey and Chris Darkins and William Henderson, and these guys have to step up a little bit. And we will be running by committee basically this year. And Coach Holmgren, is a pass-orientated offense with the weapons that we have. Why not with Chewy and the wideouts we got? But he wants to run the ball. At the end of the year, we ran pretty effective. I think we averaged about 114 yards a game in the last 5 games of the season. So if we can stay around 114, 120, somewhere in that vicinity, use the clock and score, I think Coach Holmgren will be very satisfied with that.
Yeah, he seemed to really stress the run towards it, which a lot of it was the weather. They could run the ball a lot better in the colder weather, but he seems to want to go more to the run. The more, for one thing, if you get a lead, you can run the clock down a little more, but when it comes down to go back to their bread and butter, is going to be the pass.
Okay, Tristan, we're going to get you in this ball. Okay, what do you think about the Brett Conway thing with the kicker? Do you know much about what's your opinion on the Brett Conway, the third-round pick we spent on him, and Longwell now doing really well in the preseason? Where we stand with Brett Conway, you think?
I think, he can make it better than he is right now, but he can also kick very well. I've seen him like once this year, and when I saw him, he kicked very well, and I think we should keep him.
Yeah, coaches don't want to put two kickers on a team, because it's taken away from a so-called prime-time player, if you may. But I guess with the injury, we don't know the extent. I guess he's got a quadricep injury of some sort. I don't know exactly what's going on up there. But Ryan Longwell has just kicked the heck out of the ball. And last week he kicked the 49 and a 50-yarder. So I think he earned a spot. He earned a spot on a team. Whether you would hope that Ron Wolf didn't. Ron Wolf, you don't want to. Hope he didn't make another mistake. And I don't believe he did. I think Jeff Conway is going to be our kicker. Brett Conway is going to be our kicker and take it from there. Somewhere down the line.
Well, I don't think he made a mistake. I mean, the last 5 years they brought us to a Super Bowl, and I think Conway's going to be all right. I think he made a good choice in keeping Longwell for now, but I guess time will tell. I'm not giving up on Conway, not whatsoever, but something's got to happen pretty soon to force the issue to either keep Conway on or stay with Longwell, one of the two.
Yes. Anything else? Would you like to start something else? What do you want to talk about? Anything? Come on, Tristan. We get you involved in this game now. Everybody says I talk too much and I guess don't get involved in the show enough. What else would you like to talk about? Anything? Chewy? How about Chewy? Chewy, or he's gonna be scoring. Last year he didn't score. He only made 2 points. Like I said before at the beginning of the show, he only scored 2 points all year, and that was the Super Bowl, the conversion thing there.
Well, you got to see.
What do you say? Is he gonna score some touchdowns this year and a few touchdowns?
You got to see Chimera this year.
Yeah. Is he gonna score a few touchdowns this year, or get in the end zone with Brett Favre, his buddy, throwing the ball to him, or what?
I sure hope so.
You sure hope so? They got an adequate. Jeff Thomas is adequate backup.
He's actually looking
And
very,
then I
very
think they're gonna. Coach Holmgren likes the two tight end formation set and stuff. So yeah, Chewy's gonna score a few touchdowns. He
should
scored
score a
2
lot.
points last year, and Chewy's he's more of a producer than just 2 points. But so be it. I guess we'll have to worry about that.
We had Keith Jackson last
Yeah.
year, so I mean, Chimera did what he needed to do, and this year he's the #1 guy. And,
Yeah.
And Thomason's actually, I've been very impressed with Thomason coming along. He's looked really well. So
And we got a local favorite. Who's the local favorite? The state favorite is? Do you know who we're talking about? The local favorite in the area who's on the Packer team?
Bill Schrader.
Bill Schrader from Sheboygan area, La Crosse University over there. Now he's on the team. He earned the team maybe preseason, Jeff. Every week, a guy, a rookie or free agent, or a guy coming to the system has to do his best, try to earn a spot, whether it's special teams or or a receiver, running back, wherever the position is, and Billy Schrader earned a spot on special teams alone, I think, last week.
Yeah, but I think mainly just his run backs. I mean, Ron Wolf even made the comment that it made it easier to get rid of Ismail
Yeah.
because Schrader looks so good on the returns. I mean,
Yes.
he's pretty much going to be the return guy this year, I
Yeah.
believe. At least right now he's going to be.
You think Darren Shepard's going to take a 5? You think Coach is
Well-
going to give Darren Shepard a 5 on that punt stuff?
I think right now they're going to go with Schrader on,
Yeah.
on punts and possibly kickoffs too. I mean, Schrader has. I mean, he when he catches the ball, he
can
seems
run.
to he runs with it. And he doesn't seem to fumble. He doesn't seem to hold it loose. He seems to. I mean, I think he's done quite a good job. I'm not counting Shepard out. I mean,
Oh,
he
no.
looked good on a couple of runs too.
Yeah.
He did a little trouble holding onto the ball.
Yeah, so yeah, we can talk about it. Special teams is real. We played Desmond Howard a couple weeks, well, 3 weeks ago in the Oakland Raiders out there. We beat them. And Desmond Howard, we, as the block and team on the special teams, we helped Desmond Howard out. I'm not saying that Desmond Howard didn't help us win a Super Bowl. He did, God bless him, he did a real good job, and he deserved the ring because he really worked hard and he helped us out a lot. But it goes to show you, Jeff, that the special teams blocking, the so-called cheese wedge, is a very important part of the run back scheme of the
Oh,
Packers.
that's the
And
biggest.
Nolan Cromwell deserves a lot of credit for that special teams work.
Oh, definitely. Desmond definitely did a nice job running. There's no doubt about that. He found the holes, but the special teams provided the holes out there for him. And a lot of his run backs, you watch the run backs, and he had some big holes out there. Wasn't anybody around him. So
Very good.
hopefully they can continue that this year, and whoever's out there, whether it be Bill Schrader or whoever else, will do the same thing.
And Don Beebe, the first guy is going to be going to, how many Super Bowls is Don Beebe going to go to after this year? I'm hitting you with a lot of hard questions, aren't I? 6. Don Beebe will be going to his 6th Super Bowl in San Diego with the Green Bay Packers and coming home with 2 rings. So the 2nd ring down there. So now you know. But what else would you talk about, Trista? Would you like to talk about the offensive line with Aaron Taylor and the Ross Verba thing, the first round pick was held up for 11 days, and with Michaels and stuff? What do you think about that? Okay. But anyway, no, Ross Verba, he seems, Jeff, to have the tenacity and the bulldogishness of an offensive lineman. Whether he will start, whether he will replace John Michael's been getting better the last couple of weeks over there on the left side. And Ross played right guard by Adam's spot. So, Ross Verba was drafted because of his versatility out of Iowa and his tenacity and his like I said, his bulldogishness. So I think with Aaron Taylor, John Michaels pick up the pace, and Big Earl Dotson, and Frankie in the center, and Adam Timmerman over there in right guard. I think our offensive line is very formidable.
Well, I mean, he's definitely stepped up, Verba has, but, right now there's not a spot for him, but they do need backups.
Yes.
I mean, those guys can't play every single down, and the thing I liked about Verba was he can play all the different spots, so they need him here, they need him there. And like you say, Michaels has definitely stepped up this year.
Yes,
I think he's stepped up. He realized that his job was in jeopardy.
And somebody's behind him.
Yep,
Number 7 needs behind him.
Because they pretty much said Verba's going to come out and be a left tackle. And
He said no.
he said, no, this is my spot. I'm going to keep it. So
keep it so.
now we'll see what Timmerman can do if he can hold on to his spot, because that's kind of where they're pushing him now, is
Yeah,
towards
well,
right
they
guard.
say that Adam might be the weaker link, but Adam Timmerman, I don't think is a weak link, because when Aaron Taylor went down a couple years ago, later in the season, Adam Timmerman went over to left guard and he did a very, very good job.
Yep.
So now he's at the right guard position. So I think our offensive line as a unit is maybe getting to be one of the best in the NFL.
Oh, no, without
I mean,
a doubt.
it goes by saying that the NFL, our quarterback is MVP of the year 2 times in a row. He's thrown for 70-some, over 100 touchdowns in 3 years and a lot of yardage. So there has something to say about them stats. If you go by stats alone, you have to say that our offensive line is doing their job.
Oh, yeah. The less you talk about the offensive line, the better they are.
Yes.
And you haven't heard much about them, for a while. Like you say, I mean, without an offensive line, you can't have a quarterback. I mean, there's a lot of teams that have proved that. Green Bay used to be that way. They've had some good quarterbacks. They couldn't go anywhere because they didn't have a line. But
Right.
they got a good front five, plus they got a lot of very good backups behind them.
Yes, depth is very important to winning. Healthiness and depth and working together as a unit and paying attention play by play, you're going to win. We're going to switch to the other side of the ball a little bit. Who's the big guy over there on the other side, defensive side? Trista?
Gilbert Brown.
Yeah, he's the big. Yeah, size-wise, he's the biggest guy. But who's really somewhat of the mainstay of that?
Who's the most popular?
Yeah,
guy?
who's the most popular?
Reggie White.
Reggie White. And I feel real good for Reggie White getting the ring after all them years of labor in Philadelphia. He must have seen something in Coach Mike and coming up to Green Bay and playing and helping us win the Super Bowl. And our defensive line, like you said, we lost Sean Jones for retirement, but Gabe Wilkins and Santana Dotson the Gravedigger and Reggie on that side is might be the best front four in the NFL. I mean, I can say we might have we had the best defensive backs as a unit. We're going to get to our linebackers in a while, but what do you think about our defensive line with big Gravedigger and stuff? Is he a big guy?
He's a big guy. I don't know.
You like that when he drops back in coverage?
Mm-hmm.
Remember a couple times last year he dropped back and picks up the line back a little bit, a couple yards off the line of scrimmage. And that a sight. Here you got a 350-pounder chasing you. Okay, you know. So yeah, our defensive line is very good too.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know if any one of them is, the best at the position besides Reggie.
Yeah.
But as a whole unit, I don't know if there is a better defensive line in the league.
No.
I mean, as a group, they are solid through, one side up and down the other.
Okay.
So
now we're going to get to our linebackers. Okay, our linebackers. Now we've got the great Seth Joyner, one of Reggie's buddies in Philadelphia. He was a Arizona Cardinal, Cardinal, whatever. Anyway, so he's there, but it's really hard to find a spot for him right now, isn't it? Well, he's hurt a little bit, Jeff, but it's still hard to find
He's hurt a little bit, but that was one of the defensive coordinator's biggest problems he said he has for the year, and is he's got nowhere to put him. I mean, he was expecting to bring him in and put him at middle linebacker, but Bernardo Harris has moved right up and said this, once again, said this is my spot. The same thing that Brian Williams did last year.
Yes.
He said
he took it over, didn't he?
He took it over, and he earned the spot. So right now Seth Joyner is going to be a backup, and then we got George Kuntz coming back, hopefully.
Speaking of, Seth Joyner, Seth Joyner's natural position is an outside. But you got Brian Williams and Wayne Simmons. One has the so-called quickness, and one has tenacity. And Bernardo Harris is in the middle doing a very, very good job. So, find a job for Seth Joyner might be one of Chris Shermer's toughest jobs to try to find him.
It's not a bad thing, though. I mean,
no,
it's not a bad thing at all to have a Pro Bowl linebacker as your backup. I mean,
right.
And he's still got.
You got to use him though. Remember years ago we brought John Jefferson in from San Diego.
Yeah.
I think we didn't fit him in there with the Lofton thing. It didn't work out, and we had trouble with that.
Mm-hmm.
But anyway, now we're going to get back to, I think one of our best units as a unit, is the best unit in the NFL as a unit, is the defensive backs.
Oh, they've looked impressive.
They are very, very good.
Yep.
Leroy Butler and these guys. You like Eugene Robinson? Think he's helped our team coming from Seattle?
Don't know.
Don't know. Sure, leadership and the drills about holding on the ball. We haven't really done a lot of turning the ball over defensively so far in preseason. Of course, we've been a pretty vanilla defense. We really haven't done a lot of things. Darren Sharper probably should have had a couple of INTs, but he didn't. But first term, these guys will get the ball. Newsom had one last week, but they'll get the hang of this ball coming up.
Right now, I mean, it's preseason. I mean, they didn't have their starting guys in for the longest time, and like you say, they're not putting all the stops out. They're just doing the basic stuff. They don't want to show them everything, and the turnovers come in bunches. I mean, 2 years ago they had 15 for the year. Last year they were plus 15. They had 35, 40 turnovers. I mean, they'll come. Yeah. They got the system out there. It'll come. They got the best players back there. I mean, you can't get much better than what they got.
No, they have a very, very good team as a whole from top to bottom. There's not very many holes in that team, is there?
No, I don't personally. I can't think of any.
Actually, no.
I can't think of any holes. I mean, the only problem right now is the controversy in kicking, and I don't think it's a problem because they got kickers that are kicking the ball fine.
No, it's not going to be a problem with their kicker because we're ahead of these teams by 4 or 5 touchdowns. Who cares if he kicks upfield? Because we're not going to need it. You know what I mean, Green Bay? Yeah. You'll probably get sold. They'll probably have kickers in there every week, so the other guys will be sold from kicking PATs. Huh? Anyway. But yeah, so
no, that's a true statement, though. I mean, last year they didn't have to. I mean, they only had one game that the kicking actually came down to it.
Yeah, 49ers,
The 49er game. Other than that.
Yeah, and then 49er game, great Chris Jackie, 3-point short, Don Hudson's record. Everybody has their own idea of what the rumors may be, why Chris was let go, and or the money, and or he didn't get along with the coaching staff, or he didn't get along with the players inside the locker room, or what. But Chris Jackie, as a whole, I love him, and he was a great kicker for us. He helped us win a lot of games. He was very good for us, and we're going to miss him. And but we have to make do with Mr. Conway and Longwell, and take it from there, Jeff.
I think he was a great kicker. He spent a lot of good years here, but obviously the coaching staff and all the staff of the Green Bay Packers decided it was time to move on for whatever reason. I don't really care. It's not really our business, I guess. And when it comes down to it, is a business, and they decided to move on. So we're going to go with Brett Conway or Ryan Longwell, whichever works out, and and hope, I hope for the best for Jackie in the future.
Okay, now get to Chris Jackie and these guys that, the off-season ring ceremonies, did you follow much of that? And with the Ken Rutgers, didn't get, wasn't gonna give him a ring because of this, and with the ceremonies in Washington, they weren't invited, and some of the, what do you think about all that kind of, that PR as you call it, I guess? Do you understand much about that? I don't really understand either why they didn't invite some of these guys or whatever with the rings, but what do you think of all that stuff?
Well, I don't think it was fair. Well, first of all, they helped win the Super Bowl, but if you're not going to give them a ring, why have them on the team?
Right.
Well, I love that issue there. Making a big deal about it here, but the way it sounds, that's been the norm around the league. I mean, every year that's the way it is, and it just so happens that the Packer fans and players decided to make a squabble about it, and I think it was a bad thing to begin with. I think if they were part of the team, they should be invited to it all. But I mean, there's obviously more to the story than we know about too. I think so. I mean, it's gone now, so I mean the issue is over. So we'll just move on and worry about next year's ring ceremony.
Right. Yeah, next year's ring ceremony. Who do you think is going to give us a sort of a challenge on the division? You think Minnesota's got enough power and staying power to stay with the Packers, or the Lions, or maybe the Bears, or Tampa Bay Buccaneers? Who do you think might give the Packers a run? Who might finish second place? Do you think it'll be a close second, or do you think we'll open up to 3 or 4 games?
I think we'll open it up a
Oh,
little
yeah?
bit because, I mean, we have a good defense and offense line. So if we're going to, I think we can open it up a lot more than it's like been.
Yeah,
So-
no, Coach Mike this is Coach Mike's 6th year. And the guy in Minnesota, is it true or false question? Had the Packers ever won in Minnesota under Coach Mike? Do you remember? No. The answer is no. Coach Mike has never beaten his old coaching buddy Dennis Green in Minnesota. Last year we had the lead and this, that, thing in Minnesota with the lucky bounces and this and all kinds of things going on over there in that dome. But this is the year, you Packer fans. We're going to Minnesota. I think it is December something. I think
I'm not sure.
December
September.
7th. I think it is a Monday night game, or no, I don't know what exactly. But we're going to Minnesota this year, and we are going to bring back a victory for Coach Mike and the Green Bay Packers and their fans. I'm sick of losing over there. No more lucky bounces, Minnesota. You hear that? You're done winning over there. Okay, that's enough of that now.
No, there's a couple of big games that they need to change this year. I mean, one is winning in Minnesota.
Yes.
Another one is, which it's going to be at home this year, is the Cowboys. That's another big game on the year. They're finally going to beat the Cowboys after all these years.
I'm going to say calm. I don't want to get all stuck about them Cowboys.
So-
But early in the season, I think the third game of the season, we played the Miami Dolphins. And we are as a Green Bay Packer franchise in regular season play, we are also winless. Green Bay Packer under Bart Starr and everybody else that's been here, Coach Forrest Gregg, we are 0-7. And that also, Jeff, is going to come to a screeching halt. Stop! 1-7. Mark it down. Okay?
Well, we played the Dolphins in preseason, and
Yeah.
they didn't look that good to begin with.
They don't look that good. But, so we should really pretty much take control of our division. First and foremost, Jeff, Coach Mike wants to win the division. Then we'll take it at the home, like he did last year. Home field, play by play, game by game, home field division, then home field advantage. And that's the exact same scenario Coach Mike and staff and players are going to take this year.
Well, the first thing you got to do is win a division. If you can't win a division, you're not going to go too far.
Right.
But you win a division, you get home field advantage in Green Bay, they're not going to lose at home in Green Bay.
No.
It's just not going to happen. You get them cold days. I mean, you were at the games last year in January. They were colder than heck. Nobody's going to come in here and win those games.
Speaking of games in December, Green Bay has one game in December, November. The last game of the season against the Buffalo Bills, Chips, are coming to Green Bay. Only one game in December at Lambeau Field. I don't know who's putting the schedule together or whatever, but I guess, as Coach said last year when he had the 2-3 game road trips, we play them as we're adult, and we'll do the best we can that day, and we're going to come up with a win, and we'll take it from there.
I don't know.
It's a long season, and play-by-play game, play-by-play and game by game, and the Packers are the best team in the NFL. We're going to prove it again.
I don't know who does the schedules. The last couple of years, they've had a couple of 3-game road trips. This year, they got a 3-game road trip in December. They got to go on the road. I guess you got to win sometime. Doesn't really matter when.
Yeah,
Whether you
that's
win in the
what
warm or the
Coach said,
cold, you got to win. There's 16 games, and you got to win the majority.
Yeah. Well, we got a couple minutes here. We're gonna pick a score, but we're talking about uniform change. How about what do you think about the Denver Bronco uniforms? Have you seen them in detail? Have you noticed them at all? Mister, how about you, Jeff?
No, I don't. I didn't care for them at all.
I don't.
No.
Everybody's got their opinion about them, but myself, I don't really like them. I don't know why they change it. I don't know if that's going to bring them any luck or not. But and Buccaneers have changed their style a little bit. They got a football and some sabers and a skull some sort in there, so maybe they changed up a little bit. But it's still the G is still the best thing on the helmet today.
You can put whatever you want on your helmet, but it's what's in the player and what in the coaches that's going to win the games.
Okay, we got a couple minutes now. Monday night game. I'm sorry I started early on in the show. I'm really excited about the season coming up and the Super Bowl in San Diego stuff. But we're gonna pick a score for this first game of the season, 1-0 after the Monday night game against the Bears, and we're gonna go ahead, guess, Jeff, Trista, and what do you think the score is gonna be to start off the season here?
You got a score?
You got a score?
31-zip.
31 to zip. Ooh, I like that. We have speaking of zip, we haven't had a shutout in a few years. Maybe the Green Bay defense. You know, we only gave up 19 touchdowns last year as a whole, which is beat the Bears by 1 in the great Super Bowl year they had in '85. We haven't had a shutout. Maybe we'll have a couple, 3 shutouts, Jeff. So what do you score?
I don't see one starting off the year, but I can see about a 38-3 game.
38-3. Myself, I'm picking 31-3. So we're all defensively minded.
Yep.
You know, as far as our offense might spit and sputter, but a little bit. You know, our team is so balanced. Like this preseason game. Okay, we win 7-3. You can bet I'm as happy as a lark. If we win 42-39, I'm as happy as a lark. So some days our offense is going to give up. Our offense is only going to score 7, 10, 13 points, but then the defense is going to shut them down to 3, 6 or something, Jeff. And vice versa. Some day our defense will give up 27 points or 30 points. The Packers will score 45 or 50. So that's the way that balance of this team is, and they do whatever it takes to win, and they're very good at it, and they're going to start to win the season off 1-0. Okay, you want to say hi to somebody now. And she goes to Webster Stanley School, and I'm going to say hi to Webster Stanley School. If you have a good school year on, all you Packer backers, go Pack. No, say hi to your teacher or somebody or anybody who might watch it.
Okay, yeah. I want to say hi to my math teacher's dad. He works for the Packers.
He does? What's he do up there?
I don't know. She just said he works for the Packers.
Do you know, Jeff, what she speaks of?
Nope, I never heard that before.
Oh, okay, you're going to have to find out and let your dad know. Okay, Jeff, say hi to some little Packer backers you know.
Well, I'll just say hi to the kids. Obviously, Trista's here, so I'll say hi to Ben and to Adam and Andy.
I just want to
You
say...
can't forget Mom.
Who? Hi to Mom?
Oh, I guess I should say hi to Mom, I suppose.
Hi to Mom. Hi to all you moms. And stuff. And by the way, it's Labor Day weekend. That's when the football season starts. So you all have a good, safe holiday Labor Day weekend. And I want to say hi to my family, my in-laws, and all the people that are watching it, and the people at the drinking establishments that I tend to once in a while. And I hope you all enjoy the show. And I'm really excited for this year coming up. And Bob, we have a little bit of time left, he says up there. How much we got up there, Bob? Show me a card. We got 1 minute. So other than that, thank you for coming. And I hope to see you again sometime. And I hope I didn't drive you too nuts. And I hope you guys like my background a little bit. A little change up here. Little some of a trophy there. And I got one of these Coach Holmgren signs, street signs up there. I guess we got a wrap. So Packers, go Pack, 1-0. Labor Day weekend. Thank you very much for watching, everybody. Thank my sponsors also. Folk Audio Plus and Ratchet Depth.